Hi, my name's Liesl from Langmaster Learning System, and today I'm going to share some short stories to help you with your listening skills. So, stay focused and listen carefully.
The Secret of Happiness. Once upon a time, in a kingdom, there was a family well known for their unity. 100 people living under one roof. And the house was full of laughter every single day. The king heard their story. He really admired that family, but wanted to test them. The king gave the family 3 apples, which were grown by the king as a reward. The oldest man in the house was one who represented the whole family to receive the apples. He brought them home. The whole family gathered in one place. Then the youngest boy asked, "Grandpa, our family has 100 people. Who of us will eat these apples?" His mother, also the old man's daughter-in-law, immediately said, "My father, as we just have 3 apples, I think this honor should belong to you and my mother." The others agreed with this solution. However, the old man said, "Thanks, my children, but I will cook these apples and put them in a soup, and we'll eat this together. In this way, we can all eat the fruit grown by the king." That night, the apples were cooked into soup, and the whole family happily enjoyed the meal together. The next day, the king found out how the old man had shared the apples with his family. He came to the house and asked the man how he could build such a strong and happy family. The man smiled and said, "The secret is that we always bear with one another, and so there is never a fight. People living under the same roof were not only linked by their blood, but also by their love. However, sometimes love can be affected by conflict. So if everyone is willing to bear with each other, then they will be happy and the family will be more closely knit." The king was very pleased with his answer and gave him lots of jewelry as a gift. An afternoon in the park. One afternoon, a boy went for a walk. When he had gone about 3 blocks, he arrived at the park. Inside, he met an old woman. She was sitting on a bench, just staring at some pigeons. The boy sat down next to her and opened his satchel and pulled out his lunch. He was about to take a drink from his soft drink when he noticed that the old lady looked hungry. So he offered her a piece of cake. She gratefully accepted it and smiled at him. Her smile was so pretty that the boy wanted to see it again. So he offered her his soft drink. Once again, she smiled at him. The boy was delighted. They sat there all afternoon, eating and smiling, but they never said a word. As it began to grow dark, the boy realized how tired he was, and he got up to leave. He began to walk away, but then suddenly stopped, turned around, ran back to the old woman, and gave her a hug. She gave him her biggest smile ever. A short time later, when the boy opened the door to his house, his mother was surprised by the look of joy on his face. She asked him, "What did you do today that made you so happy?" He replied, "I had lunch with God. You know what? She's got the most beautiful smile I've ever seen." Meanwhile, the old woman, also radiant with joy, returned to her home. Her son was stunned by the look of peace on her face, and he asked, "Mother, what did you do today that made you so happy?" She replied, "I ate cake in the park with God. You know, he's much younger than I expected."
I really hope that you have enjoyed them. If you did, then please share it with me in the comment box below and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your phone number and email address if you want to learn more about our English courses. Lots and lots of happy learning to you, my students, from me, Liesl, and Langmaster Learning System.